Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, peopleofdistinction.org for more info, or you can always email me directly at benji@alcoleenterprises.com. And on the line with us today, we have Dr. Cathy Coker. We'll be discussing her wonderful children's book, Rabbit's Great Vacation, Relax, Refresh, Recycle. Book 3, the Timid Rabbit series. And right there, guys, if it's a book 3, there's got to be a 1 and 2. And also it's a series, so we know what to expect. The first book in the series is Rabbit Teaches Attitude of Gratitude. And then the second one, Rabbit Teaches the Law of Resistance. I absolutely love it, all of which are available for purchase through Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com. But you can also gather more information by heading directly to her personal site. And that's testprepcertification.com. There you'll find more information on Cathy, more information on these wonderful books, as well as find hyperlinks set up to take you to the purchasing page. So one more time, that's testprepcertification.com. And I will say, Cathy was brought to our network, People of Distinction, by some of the best publishers in the business. Book Launch International. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, give yourself the best gift you could possibly give and move it through Book Launch. You can find out more information on them at booklaunchintl.com. And listen, people, it is an absolute pleasure to have Cathy here on the line, okay? Right there within the title, you know what we're going to be discussing. I said it's a children's narrative, so get ready for a fun ride. But also, that title, Relax, Refresh, Recycle. It's going to have some education with it as well. We're going to be teaching some things here, and I know the book is made for children, but I feel like there's a lot of adults that can benefit from this narrative as well. And Cathy is the expert, okay? She's written the book. She's done the research. She's going to be able to articulate everything much better than I ever could. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Cathy, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction. Thank you very much for being a guest. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you and talking about my book. Finally, somebody that understands me. My brain. I have a very different brain. But these books are, I know I'm the author, but I think they're awesome. It's because they're between Aesop's fables and the Mother Goose. But mine teach a moral. When you read it, you're going to go, oh, I get it. So that's why you can relax. You can go refresh, but don't forget to pick up after yourself. Recycle. We want to keep Mother Earth clean.
Absolutely.
That's the first one.
And I feel like starting with this age group, Cathy, what you're doing is you're just implementing this at a very early age, and it becomes normal. Of course, you're going to clean up after yourself. Of course, you're going to think twice about throwing that wrapper on the floor. If you're not accustomed to doing it, it's implemented at an earlier point in an earlier stage. I love that. That was so intelligent. Cathy, before we go into the books, okay, I know you're excited. You are a creative, okay, and this is why we've constructed this network, People of Distinction. We're all artists here, and we love to celebrate your artistry. But before we go into the book, Cathy, talk to us a little bit more about your background and let our listening audience know a little bit more about you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I've been a teacher since I was 23, and I'm barely 16. No, I'm just kidding. I've been teaching for over 40 years. For 36 years in the public ed, and at simultaneously 22 years at the college and university level. So I work with adults as well with children, and I teach all subjects: math, science, reading, social studies, Texas history. I teach all subjects. I have a passion for learning. So I figured that I would use my skills and teaching to not only reach one classroom, but reach the world, because there's a lot to learn, a lot that we can't just get it in the classroom. We have to spread it out as best way as we can.
Absolutely. It makes perfect sense.
Do you understand what I mean?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Cathy, listen.
Because I can only touch 30 students a year.
hmm
So this is one way I can touch more worldwide.
Listen, you're an educator. That doesn't stop, right? And this is just another way
No.
that you can reach out and educate. And I love what you were saying before, Cathy. My listening audience knows this. I've had a very brief stint in education myself. I taught for 4 years. I have a number of friends that are educators now and have been teaching for a number of years as well. We know that as educators, you may teach social studies. You may be assigned to teach
Mm-hmm.
math, but certain days you are a therapist, certain days you're a friend, certain days you're a referee. I mean, listen, there's the number
Mm-hmm.
of hats that educators have to wear is absolutely incredible, and they never get the amount of credit that they deserve. So, Cathy, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you here through our network for all the work that you have done and will continue to do with these books and helping shape and mold and develop the minds of future generations, because it truly is something to be
Mm-hmm.
admired. Now, Cathy, we know a little bit about your book, Rabbit's Great Vacation, right? From the title, from what you were telling
Mm-hmm.
us. I'm curious about your inspiration here. I see the educational element, but when it comes to writing, was this something that you always had a hobby for? Were there artists that inspired you? Talk to us a little bit more about that inspiration to become a creative writer.
Oh, okay. Well, I love reading, and
Mm,
reading goes with writing. So if you're a reader, writing comes in very easy.
absolutely.
So I always love reading. Right now I'm in middle school, 6th grade, 7th grade. But when I was in middle school, that's how far back. Ooh, I don't know. You're probably like way too young. You probably were a twinkle in your mom's eye back then when I was in middle school. And I read the whole section of biographies on the school library, and it left me wanting more. I was like, what? Okay, so I learned George Washington Carver and
hmm
Thomas Alva Edison and all the Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I read them all, and I wanted more because I want to know about people. And so that was back then when I was in 6th and 7th grade that I read the whole library. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. We got to get more people in there. No, somebody's got to write them. So I took it upon myself. I took it upon myself to take on that challenge to write about people and things,
hmm
because we need more books. And I love books. I'm a tree hugger, and I love nature, and I love books.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I
So if you
love
have a
books
book that
too.
you're going to throw away, don't throw away.
This is
I
wonderful.
love books.
Listen, a lost form, really, because a lot of times now people are looking at screens, and there's nothing like having a
Um,
good old-fashioned book in your hand, feeling the pages, getting
yeah.
some of the ink on your
Mm-hmm.
fingers and underneath your nails sometimes. Like, there's something about the grittiness that I really like. So I'm right there with
Yeah.
you, Cathy. Listen,
Yeah.
I
For me, my
appreciate it.
highlighter, like I'll highlight. Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, that's a really good thing. I'm like, oh, this is good.
hmm
So I'm highlighting my book all over. I like books. Books are good.
Now,
Books
Cathy,
are good. I love my
with regards to the specific age group that you're writing for right
books.
now, what was the main inspiration behind that? Because again, when we're talking about recycling,
Hmm.
with regards to Rabbit's Great Vacation,
Yeah.
recycling is something that, as I said at the beginning of the interview, sure, this may be geared for children, and I agree, it should start there.
Hmm.
But hey, listen, some adults can listen to
Yeah.
this message behind the book and take something
Exactly.
away as well.
Exactly.
So
You're
why
giving
did
my
you
secret
choose?
away.
Why did you
Yeah.
choose this age group,
Because
Cathy?
adults have to read it to the kids. When adults read it, they'll realize the moral. Remember, every story, when you open it, has a
Mhm.
moral, a lesson to be learned. So the adults will read it to the kids. The student or the child will learn what the moral is, and then the parents will know. Hey, it will remind them of what they're supposed to do, and then they can go. Both the child and the parents will realize that I just planted a seed. That's my intention for all my books. When you get to the other ones, every book has an intention. It's a seed. Just like, you remember Johnny Appleseed?
Of
Well, you're
course.
going to remember Rabbit, because Rabbit leaves seeds of learning it's a moral. Every one of them has a moral, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a universal law. Because when you take care of Mother Earth will take care of you.
Absolutely. I love it. Listen,
So
this
every one of my books,
this idea, this narrative, I
every,
know should go into some politicians' ears, right? Let's just put that out there. This not to get political
yeah,
on here, Kathy, but I think
oh.
we could spread that message around a
Yeah,
little
they're all
bit.
political.
Listen, people, we're here
Well, they're
again.
based on universal laws.
Yeah, right.
They're based on universal laws.
Yeah,
They are.
you know, I
Yeah, with
agree.
cause and effect. Because this is a cause and effect book.
I
If you want to
agree.
have you go to the beach and relax and enjoy, well, then leave it for others. Cause and effect.
Hmm. Listen, people,
That's what
again,
I base my. Yep.
we're here on the line
I'm just
with
helping
Dr.
Mother Earth.
Absolutely. Again, we're here on the line with Dr. Cathy Coker. We're discussing her wonderful book, Rabbit's Great Vacation. Relax, refresh, recycle. Book 3 in the Timid Rabbit series. Book number 1 is Rabbit Teaches Attitude of Gratitude. Book number 2 is Rabbit Teaches the Law of Resistance, all of which are available for purchase through Amazon, barnesandnoble.com, but make sure to check out her personal site, testprepcertification.com. Kathy, next question that I'd love to
Yep.
get into, and thank you very much for everything that you've relayed so far. Listen,
Oh, thank you.
I want to go into the other books, okay? And I almost feel bad because we don't have enough time to go into both. And I'm kind of like, it almost feels
Okay.
like we shouldn't go into one if we can't go into them both. But listen, let's
I
jump
know.
and take that leap here. Rabbit Teaches Attitude of Gratitude. Talk to us a little bit more about that
Oh,
journey
yeah.
and what is the
Oh,
message that
you're
it
going
is
to love
teaching.
that one. It's about prosperity and abundance. Because the more you're thankful for Mother Earth, for the crops and the food that are grown, that you've grown, it's like, thank you, God, or, I hate to say that, but I'm a teacher.
Mhm.
When you're thankful, thank you for this food, and to the Mother Earth, then Mother Earth will be so happy, she's going to give you more. And the book illustrates how one group of people are thankful and another aren't, and it shows by the crops that they grow.
Mhm.
So Rabbit goes and teaches how to be thankful so they can be abundant. And the moral is, if you have a thankful heart, you're going to be abundant because more is going to come to you. Even if it's a little, if you have a little, just be thankful for the little, and more will come. That's another law. Whatever you have, just be thankful for it, and you'll see you'll
Absolutely.
prosper. You'll see it will work. This is you can take that to the bank. It will work.
Listen, people, you guys know I talk
You
about this all the
understand?
time. I'm all about that positive perception, right? Mentality creating your reality. I'm all for it, right? I live it.
Exactly.
I live it
Uh-huh.
as we speak. Kathy, I'm really curious with this next question here. Why a rabbit? Out of all the animals that you could have chosen, why a rabbit, Kathy?
Well, okay. Just look at the rabbit. He's abundant. He's prosperous. Look at they produce really fast. That's the perfect example of abundance. They are that.
Mhm.
Look at the rabbit foot, the lucky rabbit foot. They are abundant rabbits. If you look in myths, and they are abundant. They're prosperous.
Right.
That's exactly why. And Mother Earth said to use rabbits, so rabbits. Of all the little animals, that I got all the animals there. I got skunk and an owl and everything. There's a whole bunch of bear. I even have a goldfish in recycle, relax. She left a little sticky note on her bowl that said "Gone fishing." So yeah, you got to read the book because you don't know where she's gone. And she left a note, "Gone fishing," and she's a little goldfish. Her name is Goldie.
Listen.
Attitude of gratitude.
Kathy, I'm
Yeah.
gonna listen. I don't have any kids yet, but I think I'm gonna purchase the book just for myself because this seems like a fantastic journey that I want to embark upon. I'm loving what you're doing here, Kathy. This is absolutely incredible. Listen, as we start to close out of this wonderful interview, as an artist myself, as
Okay.
I've told you in the pre-screening call, I love having this platform, right? To be able to pay it forward in a sense to other artists out there listening in, and in this
Thank
instance,
you.
other writers out there. No, thank you, Kathy. If there's any new writers out there listening in right now, anybody that's just starting out, what words of wisdom, since you are someone that has been through the process, you've written your books, you've gotten them published, you have more on the horizon, which we'll get to next, but any words of wisdom that you can offer a new writer?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Write from your heart. Whatever your heart is saying. Like when I was sitting down getting ready to write my book, I was like, how can I show abundance? What is abundant? How can I portray that? It was like, oh, rabbit, write from your heart. Don't let people tell you what to write. You write what you want to write. Remember, when you do what you love, you'll never be poor. So write from your heart.
I love that.
Right? Just do what you love, and you'll never work.
I love
Never.
that. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, what's next for you? What's on the horizon? Please let us know because I know that there's more on the way and we can't wait. Talk to us about what's upcoming.
Oh, my gosh. By the end of this year, I'll have 12 books out. Literally 12 books. I've got
My
book 4 and 5
goodness.
already being illustrated, and I have 6, 7, 8, and 9 that are going to go next. So, and then I'll get the rest, 10, 11, and 12 by the end of this year. And they all follow each other because my trademark is, and that's another story. It always ends that way, and that's another story. They connect. They all connect. If you're going to read, if you're going to read book 3, you have to read book 1 and 2. Now, for the listening audience, if your culture is Hispanic, in book 2, Rabbit teaches the law of resistance. I talk about the chancla.
Oh, no.
One of the parents,
Oh, no.
Yes, one of the moms. Yes, that's the law of resistance. You're teaching the kids, the little kids, stop resisting fixing your bed and stop resisting taking out the trash or picking up after yourself because you will get the chancla.
See, Kathy, here. Listen, Kathy, I'm going to jump in really quickly. When I mentioned before that we didn't have time to get through all of the books and I felt guilty that we weren't going to get to them, it wasn't actually because I felt guilty we weren't going to get to them. I knew that third book dealt with the chancla. I didn't want to have to deal with it. So I purposely didn't have you talk about it, but you still brought it in. You still got to it. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
That's a moral, that's a law. We're like, oh, I hate to do this, and you put it off. You end up doing it. So stop resisting. Just let it be. Just do it, and you'll see. And I teach that you do it the right way the first time, and you don't have to do it again. That's the moral of the story.
That's the moral of the story. Listen, that's a good lesson. That I know some kids that need the chancla right now. Like, you need to straighten up, little man.
I know some adults that need the chancla.
Oh, that very true.
Some adults
Very
need
true.
my chancla, and I've got it.
Kathy, very true. Listen, you can have an entire series just on that. I mean, there's a lot just on the chancla. Guys, listen, I love it. I could sit here, as you can see, I could talk to Kathy for hours. I mean, the information that we're talking about is that profound. I'm having such a great time. Her nature, her aura is so effervescent. I love it, man. We're having a great time. You know what you need to do. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, testprepcertification.com are the places you have to go. Rabbit's Great Vacation. Relax, refresh, recycle. Book 3 of the Timid Rabbit series is what you need to pick up along with the other books in the series as of now, which of course is book 1, Rabbit teaches Attitude of Gratitude, and then book 2, Rabbit teaches the Law of Resistance, Fear the Chancla. Okay, that's not part of the title, but it possibly should be. Okay, you know what you're in store for.
And they all teach other. They all lead to One is, and that's another story.
Absolutely.
That's another story.
Listen, head on over there, pick up your copies today. Check back in frequently to get the rest of the books in the series the moment that they're available. You surely will not be disappointed. Cathy, this has been an absolute pleasure. Such an honor. I truly mean that.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for being a guest with us on People of Distinction.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to have a lot more to write about now.